Hey guys, welcome to another episode of StuTube. It is November the 17th. I don't have a ton of time to do this. I actually just recorded an entire video and for some reason my microphone settings weren't working and I had no sound on it, so I'm going to try and spit this out as fast as I can. But I know a bunch of you are probably wondering what the hell is going on with Bitcoin's price, how is it still pumping and all that sort of stuff, guys. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a look at those trades, including the one that I shared publicly in real time. And with that, if you guys think that sounds good, hit that thumbs up, subscribe. With that, let's get it. Alright guys, as usual we're going to start by looking at my Bitstamp weekly Bitcoin chart. And you can see here one thing that I want to point out that could be a little worrisome is we are approaching another Fibonacci rejection point around that 17.9K. We're bang on it right now. I don't necessarily think that's going to cause too much of a problem. I'm more concerned about the 786, the 618, and the 382, which we've cleared all of them. Absolutely beautiful. You guys remember back when we were trading down in this area, I said once we get a weekly close above that 618 rejection, which happened right there, we were absolutely going to skyrocket. And that is absolutely what happened. From that 618, we are currently up about 33%, even where the candle closed from, we're up about 30%. Great to see, guys. Before I get too moon boyish though here, I want to let you guys know that I still do think we're in for a deep correction here, and that's why I'm not really adding to my positions right now, but I'm taking a lot of profits off on my positions, not selling my long-term holds here, and I don't really plan to for the next year or so because you guys know my macro analysis. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, check out the link in my description. I personally believe that macro analysis video I made is some of the most important technical analysis as far as a fractal pattern on Bitcoin goes. I haven't seen anybody go into so much depth and detail about how many similarities we have from the last two parabolic runs. So definitely check out that video, guys. I think there's a lot to learn from that. If we do get that sharp rejection, I'm more so thinking that we're going to test closer to all-time highs before we get a steep rejection, but I think it's going to be quite a steep one. I wouldn't be surprised if we hit around that 13.5 thousand for a couple of reasons. One, I would like to see a retest of that 618 rejection point. Not so much that I'd like to see it, but it's just something that happens quite often. As well, it would be retesting this old macro resistance right here for a bit of a support flip. So as much as people would be panicking and shitting their pants about that, it would be totally just basic technical analysis, basic trend development. It would be nothing out of the ordinary for me, you guys. It just looks beautiful. You guys know I've been insanely bullish basically since we were consolidating just below this breakout of this triangle. And I said if we broke above, and especially if we got a retest of that triangle, we were just going to explode. And that's pretty much exactly what happened. Since we got our retest of the triangle, we have pumped over 80%, guys. Absolutely great to see. Just going to jump over to my 15-minute chart. This is on BitMEX. This is what I do most of my trading analysis on here. And you guys remember a couple videos ago I pointed out this red falling wedge here, and I said that if we break that, I thought we were going to explode as well. And you can see that played out absolutely beautifully. I actually entered 2 Bitcoin positions. You can look at my last video to see my in-depth analysis at why I entered down below where I did, because I didn't even wait for the breakout of this trade, but I did have my reasoning, guys. As for now, I do still have a bit of these positions both open. Beautiful, you guys. That's a 25x from this bottom one here. So 25 times 11%. Well, you guys get the point. It's over a 250% trade. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, I've been scaling out of my position. As I mentioned, I'm taking profits. So I've been taking profits along the way. I'm not taking my entire position out at that 250 or anything like that. I just want to make that clear. As for right now, I'm kind of watching these green upward trend lines here. I don't know if they'll play much significance, and I don't know if I'd actually add to my position if it looks like we're bouncing off them. That's yet to be determined, but I'm just kind of watching for curiosity's sake and just for locking in more profits with stops, that kind of stuff, you guys. You guys know that I took this trade on Ethereum as well. Not only did I take it, but I posted about it publicly in real time, you guys. Taking a 20x ETH long at 444 US dollars, stop loss at that, blah, blah, blah. This is what the chart looked like, guys. So I entered my position there at 444, and you can see now we are at 489, and that was a 20x long as I posted. So right now, oh, sorry about that, just going a little too far out of my view here. But right now we're sitting at about a 10% gain in the price, and times that by 20 because 20x leverage. So again, guys, a 200% trade. So I actually had 3 positions open today over 200%, and I just opened all these positions 2 days ago, you guys. Absolutely incredible. And you guys know that I was extremely confident on this pattern because I pointed out it had my what I refer to as my trifecta pattern. That is this bit of a support cluster box here, RSI getting deep oversold and getting a bullish divergence, and my bullish pivot point on this momentum indicator in my green support box. Not all of you will have this momentum indicator. I can't even remember where I got it. It was a paid for indicator. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorites. But yeah, I'm just pointing out that that's something that I love, and that's why I was so confident in this trade, is because I have said in previous videos, you guys, that this trifecta pattern, October, November, has played out 100% of the time that I've played this pattern. I think I've noticed it 5 or 6 times in the last 2 months. And every time I've taken a position, it has ended up in over 100% profit on top of being 100% accurate. So it's absolutely great to see. And next time I see this pattern, I'm absolutely going to go full send once again. I'll probably trade it a little heavier once again. My funds are getting heavier. May as well throw a little more in. And when I say that, you guys, that's just because my account is growing, so I can put more money into a trade. I still only trade with a very small percentage of my portfolio, guys. I want to make that clear. I'm not going all in on these trades, no matter how confident I am on these. Always have proper bankroll management. And of course, none of this is financial advice. You guys always do your own research and form your own opinions. I'm just showing you what the charts are showing me, how I'm looking to play this market. And hopefully you guys can learn a little something from that. Maybe something I say triggers you guys to enter a position that works out great. That's absolutely great. Let me know if that has happened. If you've made profits based on anything I've said, that would be absolutely great to hear. But yeah, basically that's what I'm looking at, guys. Those are my trades. I am still in them, but very small amounts of my position. This Ethereum trade, I think I only have like a fifth of my position still open. The Bitcoin trades, I probably have something like a quarter or a fifth of my positions open as well. So like I said, I am expecting a bit of a retrace at some point. So I just want to make sure I'm locking in profits along the way, not getting too greedy, keeping a rational head about this. Yes, I think the price is going way higher, but I also don't want to lose those profits that are in my positions right now if we do get that sharp rejection, which I do think is imminent. But that being said, once I'm out of those trades, guys, I'm going to be looking especially for that trifecta pattern again, but really any sort of falling wedges that I'm confident with, that sort of stuff. You guys know I love playing wedges and triangles, and I'm going to continue playing them, but obviously not all of them are played the same because I give more weight to some than others. But yeah, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter because I do have some of these, a little bit of TA insight. I'm not posting my trades every time or anything like that, but I did want to share this one because I was very confident. And as well, I wanted to prove that I can show my trades before, because usually when I show you these videos, obviously I've been in the trades for a while by the time I can make the videos, and it's easy for someone to say, oh, I've been in this trade for however long, right? So I just wanted to prove it in real time that I do know what I'm talking about, guys. Once again, if you guys appreciate this content, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Share it with a friend. More so the macro analysis video. I think that's a lot more relevant than these shorter time frames. I'm just making this because you guys are probably wondering what the heck's going on and Bitcoin is still pumping. Just wanted to give you my level-headed view on the markets. But yeah, if you have any friends who are interested or you want to share a video on Twitter or something, I am leaving the link in my description below for what I personally believe, once again, is one of the most important fractal patterns in Bitcoin's history, guys. Before I leave here, guys, I just want to point out one more thing, and I know I've pointed this out before, but I actually am a little bit shocked that I'm even having to have this conversation right now. But again, on social media today, I had seen people commenting that we have to fill that 9.6K gap. If you guys are a strong believer in that, you know what? It might happen, but look at all these profits you've missed. If you weren't willing to play this breakout pattern of this triangle because you were waiting for that CME gap to fill, you missed out on 77, 80% profit, guys. Like you don't if you're looking for that gap, you're obviously looking for the very bottom and you're not so concerned about your cumulative percentage growth. I don't know. It seems like a gambler mentality. You're overriding all of the technicals based on one single factor, one piece of technical analysis, which has only been in the market since this very peak here. The CME futures market is basically where the start of the bear market, well, the end where we topped out in the last bull market and started our bear market, right, guys? So those CME gaps have only been around for 3 years. If you look at my fractal pattern on that macro analysis video, you guys know I had like 5 or 6 very strong similarities in these parabolic runs. And those patterns have been playing out 100% of the time and for 10 or 11 years rather than just one thing for the last 3 years. So don't base all of your trading on one single factor that does not have to happen, you guys. Yes, theoretically, they do happen most of the time, but they don't have to, okay? That's something I just really wanted to bring to light again because I couldn't believe I was having that conversation once again. It was just kind of getting my blood boiling because I just can't stress enough that even this pattern that I have right now, yes, I absolutely think it's going to explode. Yes, you guys have seen my crazy price targets of anywhere from $100,000 to $300,000. But even if I am this confident in this macro trend, it still doesn't have to happen, you guys. I could be very wrong about this and always have a plan B. And these gap fillers, they don't have a plan B. They're still hanging on to that. They're still that stubborn. And yes, it could fill, but you're missing out on all this. And that's why, again, guys, I'm taking profits. Okay, if we do fill that gap, I'm not going to be out money, but those people waiting for that gap are definitely missing out on money, guys. So I just really want to grill that into your guys' head. Another thing to point out about that is these people who learned about these CME futures gap and using that as a trading indicator, they learned that from YouTubers, not myself. I learned it from other YouTubers too, just like I learned most of my technical analysis from other YouTubers. But these people learned that one indicator off these YouTubers who are now no longer concerned about that gap. But even though they learned it from them, they think that they're more of an expert on the subject than the person they heard it from. Just something to consider, guys, that nothing has to happen once again. So anyways, with that little bit of a lecture, guys, sorry about that, but something I really had to get off my chest, and I think a lot of people need to hear it. So again, one last thing, just if you could hit that thumbs up, subscribe, follow me on Twitter because again, got some good stuff coming up from time to time. And check out that video in my description down below. With that, guys, I've talked long enough here. Stay safe, my friends, and peace out.